everyone and welcome back to the last session of life process. Yes guys, the only left topic we need to discuss is about dialysis. Yes, what dialysis is, how dialysis is done. Actually, dialysis is associated with kidney. Yes, and it's the most important functioning of excretory system. Yes, we need to know what dialysis is, how it is done. But before it, let me know one thing. If a person's kidney is not working properly, yes, then what will happen? Yes, if both the kidneys of a person is not working properly or not performing the actual mechanism of urine formation, then what will happen, guys? Of course, all the waste products of the blood, all the waste material, all the nitrogenous waste get accumulated inside the body. Yes, if waste gets accumulated inside our body, if toxics gets accumulated inside our body, ultimately, what will happen? Ultimately leads to the death of the person. If your waste, if your toxins are not removed from the body, then definitely the person may die. So in such cases, generally the patients, they go for kidney transplantation. Yes, kidney transplantation. If both the kidneys are not working properly, they go for kidney transplantation by surgical methods. Yes, surgery need to be done to replace the patient's kidney with a fresh healthy kidney. But the big job is searching of a healthy kidney that to match with that patient's kidney. Two things, two important tasks. You have to search for a healthy kidney and that kidney should be matching with that of the patient kidneys. Yes, until the surgery is done, until the search is done, the patient undergoes through dialysis process to keep him alive. Yes, until you are getting a healthy matching kidney, the patient has to undergo the process of dialysis. What is dialysis? Yes, I told you that our blood is filled with urea, uric acid, waste things. So that waste is to be removed from the blood. Yes, and this removal of the waste product, this removal of the urea, this removal of the uric acid from the blood is carried out by a machine. Yes, is carried out by a machine and that machine is called as dialysis machine. Yes, or you can call it as a dialyzer. Yes, or you can call it as a dialyzer. Yes, so the machine which helps in removing the dirt waste of the blood. Yes, the machine which helps in the removal of the dirty waste of the blood, the nitrogenous waste of the blood is called dialyzer. Yes, and the patient has to undergo the process of dialysis. Then what is a dialyzer, guys? Let's see, what is a dialyzer? Can you see the picture of a dialyzer here? You can see there are a number of tube-like structure. The pink color dotted structure is a fluid. So this is actually the picture of a dialyzer. How does it work? Yes, how the waste is removed from the body of a patient. Actually what happened? Suppose this is a hand. This is the hand of a person. And in our hands, we have got arteries and veins, blood capillaries, of course. So, from the arteries of the person, yes guys, you can see this one is artery. Yes, from the arteries of the patient, yes, from the arteries of the patient, the waste blood is pumped out by the machine. By a machine, yes, the waste blood is pumped from the artery of the patient by the dialyzer machine. First step. What is the first step? From our artery, from the patient artery, the dirty blood is pumped out by the dialyzer machine. Yes, that dirty blood enters into the dialyzing machine. This dirty blood enters into the, see how it is entering, enters into the dialyzing machine which contains a number of tube-like structure. You can see this tube-like structure, guys. Yes, This dirty blood moves inside this tube-like structure. And this tube-like structure, yes, this tube-like structure is a semi-permeable structure. This tube-like structure is a semi-permeable structure made up of cellulose. Understood? First step, removal of dirty blood from the patient's artery. How? By pumping out by the dialyzer machine. Yes? What happened? The dirty blood enters through this tube-like structure. You can see that orange one tube-like structure. Enters through this tube-like structure. Yes, and that tubes are semi-permeable tubes. The tubes are, yes, note it down. The tubes are semi-permeable tubes which is made up of cellulose. Semi-permeable tube made up of cellulose. Of course, now the dirty blood enters into this tube. And this dialyzing machine is already filled with a liquid. It's already, can you see this? It's already filled with a solution, and that solution is called dialyzing solution. And what is this solution contains? What is this solution? This solution contains your what? It's glucose and salts. And that too same concentration as that of the patient's blood concentration. समझ में आया? नहीं. Okay. Dirty blood enters through this tube-like structure. And what is this tube made up of? Cellulose. The tube is semi-permeable. Then the dirty blood is entered into it. And this tank, you can see this square-shaped tank. This tank is already filled with a solution. Yes, the tank is filled with a solution. You can see here. Fresh dialyzing solution. Yes, the tank is filled with fresh dialyzing solution which contains water, which contains glucose and salt. And this glucose water salt concentration is same that of the glucose water salt concentration of the blood. Got it? Okay. So this tank is full of your fresh dialyzing solution. And this what does this dialyzing solution contains? It contains your water, it contains your glucose, it contains your salt. And this glucose salt water concentration is same that of the patient blood's glucose water and salt concentration. Got it? Already the tank has fresh dialyzing solution. Now what happens now? Since it's a semi-permeable membrane. Since it's a semi-permeable membrane, what happens now? The waste diffuses. You can see the waste diffuses from since it's a semi-permeable tube and the tube contains dirty blood. So the dirty blood waste diffuses from the tube and enters into the tank. Understood? Dirty blood comes, enters the tube. Tube is semi-permeable. So the waste from that dirty blood diffuses inside the solution of the tank. And finally, that dialyzing solution is removed from another end. Yes, that waste dialyzing solution removed from the end which contains waste of the blood. And finally, the clean blood. Yes. Finally, the clean blood enters into the vein of the patient. Okay, it's a stepwise process, guys. First step, you can see the dialyzing machine or it is a dialyzer. Yes, you can see the dialyzer over here. Yes, you can see the pink color fluid and tube-like structure. Yes, this fluid is your dialyzing solution. It has got the dialyzing solution. What is there in the dialyzing solution? Glucose, salt and water. And in which concentration? With the same that of the patient blood's concentration. Done. Tube is there. Tube किससे बना है? The tube is made up of cellulose. And the tube is semi-permeable. Done. ठीक है. Now, from the artery of the patient, the dirty blood is pumped into the machine. ठीक है. But before pumping, it needs to be treated with heparin. What is heparin? It's an anticoagulant. Yes, before and after entering the blood to the patient, the blood is treated with heparin. It is an anticoagulant. Got it? So, from the artery, the blood is pumped out. First step. Second step, treated with heparin. The blood enters into the dialyzer, enters into the tube. Yes, tube is semi-permeable, made up of cellulose. So, the waste from the tube diffuses and mixes with the solution. Now, the solution is become dirty. So, that solution is removed from other end of the dialyzer machine. Yes, and the pure blood is again, and the pure blood or the freshly collected clean blood is again made entry into the vein of the patient after treating with heparin. And hence the person's dirty blood gets clean. All the nitrogenous waste get removed. Yes, it's actually a complicated process. Yes, a patient needs to go to the hospital a number of times for dialysis. Unless and until he or she get a kidney. Yes, for a long run, kidney transplantation is the best option. And until then, dialysis. Yes, how dialysis is done? Dirty blood removed from the artery of the patient, treated with heparin, allowed to enter into the tubes of the dialyzer. The tubes is semi-permeable. And the tank contains solution. Solution has glucose, water and salt. Same concentration as the concentration of blood. Yes, semi-permeable, diffusion say waste is removed, clean blood is separated. Clean blood entered into the veins of the patient. Dirty solution removed from the other end of the dialysis. Hope you understood the process of dialysis. Yes guys, today we came to an end of the first chapter, life processes. So many concepts and we have covered all the concepts of life processes. So please go through the processes, life processes, and we will have a small quiz for that life processes. So we will meet again and soon with a yet another important lesson of biology, class 10th biology. Until then, revise it at home, stay safe, stay happy at home.